Basically, what you're going about saying is that LeBron James blew the game last night. It's nothing to lose sleep over. He'll respond. He's the best in the world. We is just one game, and I'm certainly not about to judge and excoriate LeBron James over one relatively meaningless playoff game, because it's not like they're going to lose the series because of it. It's not like it was a game 6 or whatever. You're up 2-0. Now it's 2-1. You win 3-1. You go up 3-1, and then you go back to Boston. You close it out. Or you close it out in the game 6 if they were lucky enough for that to happen. But here's the reality. The reason why this is not the day, Max Kellerman, for you to make that argument. Kevin Love had 28 points last night. He had a double-double. He hit 7 threes. He shot 50% from the field, better than 50% from three-point range. Kyrie Irving had 29, shot 50% from the field, better than 50% from three-point range. 2 of the big 3 members showed up. Tristan Thompson, 18 points, 15 rebounds. He showed up. J.R. Smith hit some big shots. Now, defensively, everybody has to, I think on a day like today, J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert need to be answering the call as to why they messed up on their defensive assignment in terms of switching or not switching, and ultimately Avery Bradley getting an absolutely wide open look to win the game.
Credit
But nevertheless, what it was is not just about Brad Stevens. If you look at it, for them to be that lost,
so it was way
one,
too
they were
good a
supposed
look.
to switch the state. They messed up. They messed up their defensive assignment. But what is undeniable is the fact that LeBron James didn't show up. He didn't go through his regular warm-up routine. He seemed out of it from Jump Street. You heard Barkley and Kenny Smith talking about it. He just seemed in outer space from the very beginning. Even before tip-off time, he did not appear to be himself. He blew that game based on what you're saying.
Right,
what I'm saying is that it was emblematic of some things we saw during the season.
And that demonstrates his value, Stephen A. The Cavs had the second-best record in the East. The Cavs have now lost a single playoff game by a shot that, a friendly rim. It got a nice bounce. It almost didn't go in, and they lose by the skin of their teeth after destroying the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, just waxing them twice on the road. And why did they lose? Because for all his supporting cast and how great Kyrie and Kevin Love are, who've never been winning players without LeBron. Maybe not Kevin Love's fault. He was in the Western Conference. His best season, he's like 500. Kyrie Irving on miserable one-loss record teams before LeBron got there. When LeBron doesn't play, they still stink. They cannot win without him. And on the night where he's just kind of an average NBA forward instead of LeBron James, maybe slightly below average even offensively, then it doesn't matter if Kevin Love gets 28 and Kyrie gets 29. They can't figure out how to win.
Let me ask you a question.
That demonstrates his value.
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm going to throw out a couple of points, and I'm going to ask you a question. Number one, Kevin Love was on Minnesota. Yeah, he was in the Western Conference. Also, he didn't have much of a team, but he was a walking double-double. We'll give credit where credit is due. In the case of Kyrie Irving, you act like the dude was in the league for 9, 10 years, losing. The dude came in immediately after LeBron departed. There was no team to play on. He was the first overall pick who had just like 17 games on his resume as a college player at Duke. Listen, the fact of the matter is we can't hold him accountable for what he didn't do being so young and coming into the league. But let me get to this question to you, because we need to understand and dissect for our audiences what we're talking about when we talk about league MVP. You're giving the impression that I am not recognizing LeBron James' value. I totally understand LeBron James' value, not to mention the fact that I obviously believe he is the greatest in the world. What I'm trying to say is, it's one thing about your value, and then there's another category about your performance. And there have been times this year where even you have admitted he may have stepped back to help others ultimately move forward because he had a bigger picture in mind. I'm saying to you that may very well be true. But at the end of the day, your performance, even though it may have been on purpose to step back to help others on the come up during the regular season, took away from the greatness that you could display, which is why the others deserve to be on the list ahead of him for the MVP honors.
In terms of the competition, in terms of the entertainment and the business, we can table that. That's something else. In terms of the competition of the regular season, all you're doing is jockeying for position to give yourself the best chance to win a championship. LeBron James is better at doing that in the regular season and in the playoffs than any player on the planet. He's done it again. I want to say something about Kyrie Irving. You're right. we cannot say definitively one way or another about Kyrie Irving being a top 10 player, being a winning player, just having the ability to be the best player on a winning franchise. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous because when you put your eyeballs on that guy, you're like, come on, that guy is ridiculous. He's just as good as Westbrook or Harden or Steph or Damian Lillard or CP3 or just name a point guard, John Wall.
On defense.
He's as good as any of those guys, right? But I think you can still legitimately say this. It's an open question with Kyrie. Can he be the best player on a winning team? Because it's not just that they were terrible before LeBron got there. It's that they are terrible when LeBron doesn't play still. They're still no good. They lose much more than they win when LeBron doesn't play. And last night, the question was, did LeBron pull back a little bit to get Kyrie, to see where Kyrie can take the team, to get him to take a larger role? He did that, I thought, against Toronto last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I thought, watching that game, I wondered if that's the case. And even though Kyrie put up numbers, he ultimately did not lead his team to victory, and they had a huge lead.
Well, Max, he was the guy that scored with 10 seconds left. LeBron was on the court when they were playing defense and failed to cover Avery Bradley. Not to mention the fact that, you can slice it any way you want. You are the best player in the world. You have no business going scoreless for the last 16 minutes and 31 seconds. And you have no business doing that. All right, that's all I'm saying.
And when he has a bad game, they can't win. Kyrie can have a bad game, they win. Kevin Love has a bad game, they win. Steph Curry can have a bad game, Kevin Durant can, they win. LeBron has a bad game, they lose.
Why do you keep regurgitating that? No one's disputing that.
Therefore,
what I'm saying is he has taken time off during the regular season, and that would mean the guys that didn't, in Kawhi, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook, deserve to be on the list ahead of him. Period.